Okay, Cancer, this is your mid-year mini tarot do-over. Thank you, Michelle, for commenting. I apologize for the sketchy audio video quality. I'm hoping that I did get the glitches fixed. If not, I will continue to work on it. So I've shuffled and cut the deck. So let's get started. Last part of the year and the bottom card. My dogs are wanting to make a presence. Well, here's Little Dog and Peaches. So, hello from them. They're a little bit scared. It's 4th of July and they do not like the fireworks. But without further ado, Cancer. First part of the year, this is what you were hoping to have happen. We have the Strength card, Major Arcana, beautiful card that is basically depicting that inner strength. It is not so much a physical, you know, deadlift, body build type strength. This is a strength that comes from within. And this is actually a strength that comes from knowing where your lust is, knowing where your ego lies. This is the strength in being able to tame that by knowing it, by acknowledging it, by not hiding from it. Okay, so basically, you are really wanting um, to find that balance. Okay, in the first half of the year. So Cancer, what you were not wanting um, first 6 months of the year, we have the Moon card. Now, this card is very Cancerian, um, but it also is, you know, showing a bit of ambiguity, right? You don't know if either of the images is a dog or a wolf. You have to 100% go by your gut, go by your instinct. There is not much moonlight shining on the road, so you don't really know what's ahead. So you really aren't wanting to tread onto roads or pathways that aren't well lit. And there is nothing wrong with that, Cancer. This is also a card that depicts bringing things up from the past. Okay, so maybe you just really weren't wanting to deal with things that needed to be laid to rest. Okay, this is also a heavily emotional card. So, you know, you really weren't wanting to get your emotions tied into whatever was going on the first part of this year. Now, what it shows did happen, we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is showing me that somebody probably came through with an offer of either genuine care or maybe that shoulder to cry on. Maybe you ended up being that shoulder to cry on, okay? Because this is definitely, as a Cancer, this is definitely, you know, could be you. This is an offer of love, an offer of empathy. This is genuine concern. So perhaps the first 6 months, you actually became more of who you are, okay? And the Knight of Cups also, I will mention, is very much go with the flow, okay? So if this was you, hats off. You know, it's sometimes tough to deal with what gets thrown at us, right? So now the second half of the year, what you would like to have happen, we have the Magician. Okay, so this is saying you would love to be in charge and in control of manifesting that which you desire. Okay, and the truth is, we all have that ability. But Cancer, I think what you're wanting is, you know, to acknowledge the contacts, the tools that are at your disposal. You want to be aware of everything that you can in order to manifest. You want to be able to just sort of snap your fingers and have it happen. Now, what you don't want to have happen the next 6 months, we do have the Six of Pentacles. This is a card, I believe it is a card of um, discernment, okay? There is a discerning person here giving out pentacles. You're weighing up your options. What you don't want to have happen is you either A, don't want to have to give or have to decide who you can't give to, um, or you don't want to be the one asking, right? You don't want to have to be on the receiving end of this generous person. Now, this generous person, again, I call it discerning because although they're giving, they're weighing out how much can I give before it affects my well-being, right? And so you don't want to have to be that person to decide, you know what, I know you really need help, but if I give you any more, it's going to hurt me. And then I'm going to have to be the one to ask. So that's what you don't want to have happen. Now, what will likely happen is that whatever it is you're concerned about, you will likely lose sleep over. Cancer, I think, I may be wrong, but I think this showed up in your last reading, the first one that was super sketchy. But Nine of Swords is a card of anxiety and loss of sleep, miscommunication. This is worrying over things that you don't need to worry about. None of these swords are actually putting this person in any kind of danger. Okay? She's just thinking about them. What if this? What if that? What if they fell? What if they, projected towards me? So this is the utmost poor communication, mostly with yourself. Okay? So in order to change this, because we can, we have the Death card. Okay? The Death card is showing a beautiful rebirth, the death of negative thinking, the death of something that really needs to stop. Okay? And when we look at what happened before, going with the flow with this Knight of Cups, or maybe somebody gave you an offer of love, why not let that transform your life in order to have the more positive side of this card? Because the positive side of this card is, and there is, Cancer, promise. The positive side of this card is that look at everything that you're worrying about. Like, think about it. It's there anyway, right? If you're concerned about finances, you're concerned about a relationship, you're concerned about too many things that need to be done and not enough time to do them, take each one of them, write them down, look at them individually and ask yourself, worst case scenario, what's going to happen? Okay? And what you'll find usually is that worst case scenario, you'll still be fine. Okay? And best case scenario, you won't have to deal with it. A lot of these worries have not happened. So let's not worry about them. Let's acknowledge them. It's like I had told somebody before who drew that card. It's like laying awake in bed at night, worrying if your house is going to burn down. Well, if you left candles on, or you live in an area where there are rapid fires, creeping around and people are having to get out of their homes, that is a legitimate worry. But if you're in the middle of, somewhere that it just rained, there's nothing messed up with your electrical, not that it can't happen, but chances are it's really a worry for nothing, right? So let's get these thoughts in check, Cancer. You have got a complete and total redo of your life. The second half of your 2017 is going to look very different. And I feel like if you just look at the things you're worried about and sort of cross them off your list, it will do you a great service, because I feel like that's where you're going to be able to manifest. You're going to get rid of those worries, because right now you're worried even that you are not even able to manifest and bring to life what needs to be brought. So, Cancer, I hope this helped. Happy birthday to all of you Cancerians out there. And I will talk to you soon with the monthlies. Please like, share, comment, and I will talk to you soon.